Alright kids, the 2017 bowl games will be starting shortly, and I'm going to have to break this video up into, at least two videos, just because we have about 40 to churn through, and I just don't feel like doing predictions for the Dollar General Bowl followed up by the Cactus Bowl. It's just too much for one man. So we're going to get through the first 20 or so games, then pick up tomorrow and round out everything. So we're doing everything from the New Orleans Bowl all the way up to the National Championship game. My predictions on that one. That'll probably be a separate video, though. We'll just wait along for that one. But yeah, let's get right down to it. Alright, so December 16th, our first game of the bowl season. We've got Troy at North Texas, the over-under 62. Looks like Troy is a 6.5 point favorite. Yeah, that sounds pretty reasonable. I think Troy can win by at least 7 points. So I would go with that. And I'll keep the over-under under 62. Western Kentucky at Georgia State. They're going to be in the Auto Nation Cure Bowl. The cure for what? Probably insomnia, but that's neither here nor there. Let's see, we got Western Kentucky, and they are the 6.5 point underdog against Georgia State. The over-under is 51.5. I think I'll probably be over that, and I'm actually going to go with Western Kentucky in an upset. I actually live pretty close to Georgia State. I haven't seen any of their games, but I've seen some highlights. I don't think they're that good. I think Western Kentucky is slightly underrated. A little bit better on defense from what I've observed. So I'm going to go with Western Kentucky to win by 7 points. So definitely take the point spread on that one in favor of the dog. Alright, we're finally getting some top 25 teams in here. Boise State taking on Oregon in the Las Vegas Bowl. The over-under is 60. Oregon is a 7.5 point favorite. Wow, that's really, really high. Yeah, I think the over-under is going to be above that, and I think Boise State wins outright. I think they win by like 9 or 10 points. I think that's a really sort of perplexing over-under to have for that kind of game. So go with Boise State to win outright. Definitely take the point spread, and you will be the happiest of campers. Marshall at Colorado. And what game was that? Las Vegas Bowl, okay. All right, now we got Marshall at Colorado State in the Gildan, New Mexico Bowl. Gildan, I think there's guys that make the t-shirts, right? Okay, close enough. New Mexico Bowl, boy. I guess we're having like what, Santa Fe, Albuquerque? What a field trip to go on. Anyway, Colorado State's a 5.5 point favorite. The over/under is 58.5. I'm gonna say keep it below that. And yeah, I think Colorado State wins by a touchdown, so no reason to monkey with the line on that one. Seems pretty straightforward. Now we got Middle Tennessee taking on Arkansas State at the Raycom Media Camellia Bowl, or is it Camellia Bowl, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Might as well be the Camel Cigarettes Bowl for all I care. Anyway, Middle Tennessee is a 4 point dog. The over/under is 62.5. These are they're both in the Sun Belt, if I'm not mistaken, and they always score a ton of points. So just naturally, I'm gonna say put it over, and I'm gonna go with Arkansas State should win by a whole bunch. So a 4 point spread is very, very generous for them. Moving along, we've got the Cherubunda Tart Cherry Boca Raton Bowl. Oh wow, they're just really messing with us now. Might as well have the Massengill Douche Bowl at some point if we're going to do all this. So we got Akron taking on Florida Atlantic, and they are both in Conference USA, if I'm not mistaken. Over/under 61.5. Florida Atlantic is a 22.5 point overdog, I guess, favorite. So yeah, so much for competitive games in this one. Akron, no, I think they were never ranked top 25. Never mind, my bad. But yeah, I think Florida Atlantic is also like on a huge winning streak. They've won like 7 games in a row. So yeah, I think their winning ways continue. I think they can beat Akron by a whole bunch. I think they win by like 20, like 19, 18, somewhere in that range. So even though I do think Florida Atlantic does win outright, I think you should also go with Akron to cover the point spread because it's just way too high of a margin. And yeah, going back to the over/under, 61.5, I'm going to say keep it under. Alright, Wednesday, December 20th, we've got the DXL Frisco Bowl. I have no idea what DXL stands for, so I'm going to say it stands for Dookie Extra Large because that's the quality of the matchup here. Louisiana Tech at SMU. SMU is a 5 point favorite. The over/under is 70. Definitely go above that. And yeah, I'm going to go with SMU to win by a touchdown, so the point spread should stand pretty easily there. The Bad Boy Mowers Gasparilla Bowl. December 21st, 8 o'clock. I don't know what like 4 of those words and that means. That's just beyond me. What is a Gasparilla anyway? Is it like a deciduous fruit that grows in the outback or whatever? It doesn't matter. There's like some sort of like delicious sauce, like a vegetable salsa. I really can't tell you. Not that it matters. Alright, so we got Temple at Florida International. Over is 56. I want to say keep it below that. Temple's a 7.5 point favorite. Yeah, they should win by like 9 or 10 points. So that sounds like a very reasonable point spread. Go with the favorite. UAB at Ohio in the Bahamas Bowl. So we're leaving U.S. territory for this one. Hopefully no one gets stabbed when they get off the boat, because Bahamas kind of got a reputation for a reason. Anyway, the over-under is 57.5. Ohio, not Ohio State, the Ohio, the Bobcats are 7.5 point favorites over UAB, who just restarted their football program this season, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Ohio to win by like 9 or 10 points. So the point spread seems pretty straightforward. No reason to monkey around with that. And the over-under 57.5, I think keep it under. Alright, Central Michigan at Wyoming in the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. Guess where they're having that one? That's right, Minneapolis. On December 22nd, let's see what we have here. Looks pretty close. Wyoming's a 1 point favorite on most of the spreads here, and over-under is set at 45.5. I'll probably be below that, but this team's going to play kind of quasi-decent defense. And I'm going to go with Central Michigan in the upset. I think they win by a touchdown. So there's that. Take them to cover the spread. Take them to win outright. You'll be glad you did. Texas Tech at South Florida in the Birmingham Bowl, which is held, of course, Hawaii. Over-under 67.5. I'm going to say keep it slightly above that because both these teams can score a ton of points. South Florida is a 2.5 point favorite. I think they'll win by at least a touchdown. So, yeah, just stay with the point spread on that one. Stick with the favorite. No reason to get greedy or a little bit too, I don't know, out there, I guess. San Diego State at Army, which actually should be a pretty good little game because these teams just run the ball like crazy. So there's no point spread, no line, nothing listed so far. So it should be the first really legitimately great on paper football game we have in the bowl season. So I don't know. This is a very, very tough one. I think the over/under will probably be like around 40. No, wait. I think it's going to be under 50. I think they're going to run a lot, but they also play pretty decent defense. So we'll see about that one. And yeah, take the point spread under 50, whatever the line is. And I'm going to go with Army to win by 3 points. So whatever the point spread is, that's your margin you should work with. You know, you people are good with money. You can figure this out. Do it yourself. You got this. All right, and you thought I was making it up earlier, didn't you? When I said the Dollar General Bowl. No, it's happening on Christmas Eve. It's Appalachian State of Toledo, and you know, if there were any two teams in college football that should be playing something called the Dollar General Bowl, it should be Appalachian State and Toledo. And I think they're playing this in Mississippi, if I'm not mistaken. Just somewhere where you don't want to spend the holidays for any reason. So anyway, the over-under is 63. I think it will be slightly below that. Toledo is a 8 point favorite, which sounds pretty reasonable. I think they win by probably 10, 12 points. So no reason to make it with the point spread there. Just roll with it. No reason to, you know, rattle the cage or tip the sides of the boat on that one. Alright, we got the Hawaii Bowl on Christmas Eve. It's going to, well, no lines for it, but it's Fresno State at Houston. I expect it to probably be under 60 as far as the over-under and the point spread. I think Fresno State wins by 3 points. So use that as your guiding measurement. Use your own gumption moving forward. You're smart enough to do that and make your own choices in life. So have fun there. Alright, now we got Utah at West Virginia in the Heart of Dallas Bowl, of course, being held in New York. The over-under is 56.5. I'm going to say keep it below that. It's Utah at West Virginia. Utah is a 7 point favorite. Yeah, I think West Virginia's kind of demoralized after their kind of lapse late in the season. So go with Utah to win by 10 points. So I'm going to go with the point spread and the favorite. No reason to get too adventurous on the picks there. Duke at Northern Illinois in the Quick Lane Bowl on the day after Christmas. Always reminds me of that Ben Folds 5 song about abortion for whenever I hear Christmas, day after Christmas. So yeah, there's no point spread on this one, no over-under, so I'm just going to say that I expect the over-under to probably be under 65. And the point spread, I'm going to go with Northern Illinois to win by 7 points. So that's your metric there if you want to go out there and try to make money the old-fashioned way. Not by hooking, by wagering on sporting events. Alright, we got Kansas State at UCLA in the Cactus Bowl. 63 is the over-under. I think it's probably going to be a little bit over that. Kansas State is a 2.5 point favorite over UCLA, and I think Kansas State will win by probably like 8, 9, maybe even double digits, so that sounds like a pretty reasonable point spread. Go with the favorite. No reason to get greedy or too optimistic there. Southern Mississippi at Florida State in the Walk-Ons Independence Bowl, because at the beginning of the season, this is the big bowl game we thought the Seminoles would be playing in for sure. Over-under is 48.5, and the point spread is 15.5 for Florida State. Florida State's going to win this game. They're going to win by like 13 or 14 points, but 15.5 points way too high. So I do think Florida State wins outright, but go with the point spread on Southern Mississippi. I think it's going to be a little bit closer than what they're predicting here. So there's that. And we'll do 2 more before we wrap up the season with the rest of the games. We got Iowa taking on Boston College in the New Era Pinstripe Bowl, and that's going to be at Yankee Stadium. There's no line at this point, so I'm just going to make one up. I think it's going to be under 54 points, and I'm going to go with Iowa to win by exactly 8 points. I know, kind of an arbitrary number, but, you know, what else is new around these parts? So use that as your guiding metric. And lastly for this video, before we move along to the rest of the games, Arizona at Purdue in the Foster Farms Bowl. Once again, there's no line set up at this point, so I'm just going to dream one up. I'm going to say it's going to be under 60, and I'm going to go with Arizona to win by 10 points. So there you have it. Alright, well those are the first round of my picks. We'll be wrapping up everything. We'll do the big New Year's 6 and the playoff games. And I'll give you my prediction for who's going to be playing in the National Championship in the next video. So stick around. That's coming up tomorrow, and let's have a good old time like we always do. So stick around for that, and, you know, enjoy your day, or not, or whenever you read this or watch it, do whatever.